cold and the rain fell recently, pelting the cobblestone streets of the small town. Shadows played in the corners of the empty alleys, dancing to the symphony of the storm. As the clock struck midnight, a sandstorm seized and enveloped the town, inflated by the bleak fog that crept through the narrow passages. John stumbled through the dark, dashing streets. The rain obscured his vision, and the cold wind seeped into his bones. He couldn't remember how to get there, and a growing sense of dread gnawed at him. The town seemed for rain, and he could shake, hearing them. Something was watching him from the shadows. As the thunder roared overhead, he caught a glimpse of dimly the bar signal. His coat was soaked, and he shivered as he tried to piece together his last memory. His hands were shaking, and a chill ran down his spine. Grasping for any semblance of familiarity, he pushed open the heavy wood door. Desperately, he shuddered from the storm. The room was dimly lit, and there smelled of the stale beer and cigarettes. He noticed the group patrons carried through the room, yet looking lost and bewildered as he felt. No one spoke, and his silence was only broken by the crackling fire in the hearth. John glanced at the bartender, a tall man with sinister grin, and decided against engaging him in conversation. Something about the man's demeanor didn't feel right with him. Looking around, John tried to find something familiar, and nothing that would help him understand why he was there. As he scanned the room, he noticed that the other patrons seemed to be in the same state of confusion. Some started blankly in their drinks, while others gazed at their gambling hands in utter disbelief. The area atmosphere was suffocating, and the feeling of despair began to settle in. Feeling the overwhelming need to escape, John stood up and made his way towards the door, leaving the unsettling scene behind. The rain still poured heavily outside, but the urge to leave the bar was stranger than his need to shelter. He stepped back into the storm, praying they would find answers somewhere in the darkness. The rain battered him as he walked through the streets, guided only the occasional flash and lightning. As he wandered farther into the desolate town, the storm fury only intensified. John struggled to keep moving, his energy draining with each step. In the sudden flash of lightning, he saw a half-open door a few blocks away. Warm and vertical light split out from within, offering the promise to respite. From his recent storm driven to desperation, John picked up his pace and approached the door, hoping that his new location would offer him some clarity. He pushed the door open and stepped inside, greeted by the familiar smell of damp wood and alcohol. The bar was packed with people drenched from the storm. As he took a seat at the counter, the bartender looked at him with friendly smile and offered him towel to dry himself off. John looked around, trying to make sense of surroundings. He froze for a moment, trying to piece together his fragmented memories, then with a sense of unease creeping into his heart, he realized that he don't remember how he ended up in this bar. Chapter 2. Pour another round and another. The warmth of the bar provided a false sense of comfort, and John tried to collect his thoughts. Despite the striking resemblance to the previous bar, its atmosphere here seemed more inviting. The patrons were chatting with one another about their conversations, were related with apparitions and uncertainty. The bartender handed John drink. His ears filled with an unvarying mix of curiosity and illness. John hesitated, sensing that something was amiss. He clutched the cold glass. He can't help notice by distance in the ears of the other patrons, summoning the courage of comfort. Bartender John researched for answers. "Excuse me," he said hesitantly. "I don't remember how I ended up here. Can I help you?" The bartender smiled desperate, immediately replaced by a melancholic expression. "You're not the only one, friend," he replaced in a somber tone. "People have been wandering into his place all night." A chill ran down John's spine. The bartender words sank in. The sensation of being trapped in the endless nightmare tried to overwhelm him. He glanced around the room, watching other patrons trying to maintain their composure. Their ears battering their fear, desperate to escape the cycle. John demonstrated answered, "How can I get out here?" The most away break his loop. The bartender sighed heavily. His gaze focused on the polished counter. "I wish I knew, friend. I've been stuck in this place for as long as I can remember." There seems to be no escape from his torment. Determined to find a way out, John turned to the other patrons, hoping they combined a force could provide a solution. As they started their fragmented memories and pieced together their stories, it became clear that there was no pattern or link that bound them together. The night wore on. The bar atmosphere grew incessantly oppressive. Young patrons began to question their sanity as the nightmare showed incense, batching with years passing, how their hope began to fade, replaced by an unrelenting sense to despair. As the clock struck midnight once again, the storm outside seemed to instantly end. The fog thickened, obscuring the town beyond recognition. The patrons realized that their efforts were futile. The sense of hopelessness became almost unbearable. John Cross raced, his mind consumed with fear and dread. The bar had become prison, the town turned purgatory from which there was no escape. The night wore on and storm continued the rage outside. Unlike his fellow patrons, John refused to give up, so he immediately grabbed his coat and rushed outside. After a word felt like house, he found himself back at the beginning. Drenched from the rain, he walked in the bar seeking shelter from the storm. He glanced around, unable to shake the feeling that he'd been before. As the town, the partner greeted him with a smile, handing him a drink, and as he started at the glass, he realized for horror that he didn't remember who ended up in this bar. Chapter 3 Drowning Sorrows. After a couple of horrors, John once again started remembering fragments of his previous visits in the bar. He called his fate prisoner Trump, and the nightmare was never seemed and over the course of countless repetitions, he sought a way out of the perpetual loop. He attempted more despair than the last. He tried to fight darkness that enflogged the town is a waging war against the storm would somehow grant him freedom. He searched for hidden doors and secret passages, believing that the key to his salvation was hidden within the bar itself. He attempted to rally the other patrons. His scouts organized a collective effort to break free themselves back at square one with no memory of their previous attempts. Year cycle chipped away and John's spirit grew in the sanity. Eventually his determination began to wane. As hopelessness crept in, the one's beyond spark the furnace began to flicker and fade. The day came when John simply couldn't continue the struggle. He kept his place at the table in the bar. No shell the man once was, as his very ears started into the depths of his drink, searched for answers that he knew would never come. A bitter sense of resignation settled in around him. The other patrons were lost their bare private purgatories, their ears reflecting the same hopelessness that now consumed John. They had succumbed to their fate, existing in the world darkness and despair. As the rain continued to pour outside, the thunder roared. John finally acknowledged the truth. There was no escape, no resolution, only an endless cycle mystery. Epilogue. Another forlorn guest. Amid the storm relentless downpour, the door of the bar creaked open once more, and the woman stepped inside. He closed Drenched from the rain, John Vacan's guest met her ears as she hesitated, seeking refuge from them. The lodge outside, he lifted the drink to his lips, and as he took to slow sip, a tear rolled down his cheek. He understood all too well the fate that awaited her in the forbidden place, and his heart chatted with sympathy for the newest prisoner of the bar. As she grumbled his drink to talk as he took tables away from him, John reminded his table a silent witness to the tournament of countless souls, doomed to forever seek shelter from the storm in the cold embrace of the bar.